Hey everyone, this just got really ugly. You won't believe what happened between Kimbella and Rasheeda Karlie read Yandy because it wasn't just a messy Instagram comment or a shady side-eye. No, it was a full-on, no-holds-barred public attack. Guess what? Kimbella just stood there in utter disbelief as Yandy screamed for help. But wait, how did we get here? How did things become so bad that security had to step in? Why did Rasheeda and Karlie lose their temper like this? The streets are. Speaking, the internet is ablaze, and according to what I've heard, this wasn't just a spontaneous outburst. Oh no, this was a well-planned, savage takedown that had been simmering for a while. To make matters worse, there are actual receipts. Yes, actual receipts. And when you hear what, grab your popcorn because this tea is hot. And believe me when I tell you that after you hear what truly happened, you might never look at these again. Rasheeda and Karlie told Yandy and Kimbella that friendships and reputations are about to be ruined. The same goes for ladies, so let's get started. Okay, everyone, settle in, get some popcorn, and settle in because this will be the craziest story you've heard all year. I'm talking about outright betrayal, screaming bouts, and public humiliation. When I tell you that Rasheeda and Karlie went off on Yandy and Kimbella, I'm not exaggerating. This wasn't just a dispute. This was a savage, well-planned attack, and the situation was so ugly that even the producers of Love and Hip Hop were likely clutching their pearls. Oh fake honey, things are going to become really ugly, but allow me to explain why. The conflict between these women didn't begin last night. In fact, this disaster has been simmering for years, and if you've been paying attention, you could have seen the warning signals. Let's create the scenario with a high-profile event, where influencers, celebs, and reality TV stars are crammed into one extravagant space with a fully stocked open bar and VIP tables. No one could have imagined that it would blow up this way. Already know that something is going to blow up when you combine free drinks, reality TV stars, and unresolved conflict, and boy did it ever. Rasheeda and Karlie were seen entering the venue together, looking flawless in matching designer dresses. Glam and the assurance that comes with knowing you're about to steal the show. Yandy and Kimbella were already inside, sitting at a VIP table, enjoying cocktails and projecting an air of complete unbotheredness. But let me tell you, there was a lot of excitement in the room. Changed as soon as Rasheeda and Karlie entered. Here's the thing, for a little period, Rasheeda and Karlie had been feeling something about Yandy and Kimbella. According to insiders, Yandy had been chatting up Rasheeda about her business dealings, but it turns out that Rasheeda wasn't going to tolerate petty rumors that Yandy was deliberately attempting to snitch on one of her most important business relationships. And, as you are all aware, Karlie's past with Yandy and Kimbella is an ugly one. There have been phony apologies, public makeups, and shady interviews for years, but behind the scenes, it's been nothing but drama. It seems that Yandy had been implying that Rasheeda and Karlie weren't true friends, labeling them clout chasers and opportunists, and Karlie. You would think that these women would be sophisticated enough to maintain their cuteness at a public gathering, but Rasheeda and Karlie caught eyes with Yandy and Kimbella across the room, and witnesses claimed that Rasheeda wasn't going to sit back and let Yandy play in her face. With their drinks in hand, Karlie approached Yandy and Kimbella's table. At first, everything was small talk and fake smiles, but then things took a change when Rasheeda went very close to Yandy and whispered something in her ear. Kimbella moved in to ask Yandy what was wrong, but before Yandy could even answer, Karlie put down her glass and remarked, "Oh, Yandy's face instantly altered, her smile vanished, her eyes opened, and she sat back as if she had just been smacked across the face. What's wrong is that Yandy got to her feet, her face flushed, and Karlie was already standing, provided pre-fight energy, the kind of energy you get just before someone yanks off their earrings. Rasheeda then said it loud enough for that the entire room became silent, and Yandy remarked, "Oh sis, you were caught." However, Yandy wasn't willing to back down, so she turned to Rasheeda and said, "Why don't you tell Kimbella how you've been trying to steal my business contacts? You're insane, and you'll realize that Karlie doesn't play that, sis, right away." Oh, honey, the screenshots show otherwise. Yeah, you heard that right. Apparently, Karlie and Rasheeda had receipts, sources said, and Karlie had screenshots of Yandy. The fact that Karlie had those messages locked and loaded for this particular moment indicates that this wasn't an accident, but rather a calculated attack, and that's when things went wrong for Karlie. Rasheeda's business contacts were attempting to undermine her deal. allegedly reached across the table and grabbed Yandy's drink out of her hand, shaking her. Witnesses said that Yandy jumped up to defend Yandy, but Rasheeda was already moving. Rasheeda then grabbed Kimbella's arm and told her to stay in her lane. Karlie's fist was just getting started when she reached toward Yandy as though she was going to swing, but security finally intervened and pulled them away. Rasheeda allegedly shoved her back into the table at that point, causing Yandy to scream like she was in a horror movie. Split, but the damage was already done, drinks were spilled, tables were overturned, and cameras were rolling. And, in a matter of minutes, the hashtags #KarlieRack, #RushieDivers, Sandy, #Kimbell in shock and baby were trending on Twitter. Claimed that Yandy discovered the hard way that you shouldn't tamper with Rasheed's bag, while another claimed that Karlie read and rapped that Rasheed wasn't prepared and that the memes were cruel. However, this is where things get even more complicated because sources claim that Rasheeda and Karlie weren't finished. Karlie, who was present, was overheard telling Rasheeda that this was only the beginning. If you thought this was over, you're mistaken. What Rasheeda and Karlie did next is going to escalate the situation to a level that no one witnessed. Coming and Yandy and Kimbella. Oh, they're going to learn the hard way that Rasheeda and Karlie don't play games. Stay tuned because things are going to get even messier. If you thought the party was crazy, just wait until you hear what occurred later because of the minor altercation between Kimbella and Rasheeda Yandy. Oh, it wasn't just a spontaneous outburst, it was the start of a full-scale conflict, and from what I've heard, Rama isn't hiding behind closed doors since the streets are now. I'll tell you exactly what happened after security dragged Rasheeda and Karlie out of that party because, according to insiders, this was only the beginning. The blogs are rife with it, and the fallout. Oh honey, it's about to get real. Security eventually intervened and separated them after Rasheeda shoved Kimbella and Karlie attempted to grab Yandy's wig. Bella and Yandy were essentially pulled to the opposite side of the room, while Rasheeda and Karlie were led out the exit. But Rasheeda, Osis, was still witnesses, said that Rasheeda was shouting and that she knew precisely what she had done, while Karlie was smiling and claiming that she had gotten what she deserved. Yandy, on the other hand, was furious and was demanding security to leave while clutching her drink or what was left of it. The irony is they weren't the ones who got escorted out. Oh no, it was Yandy and Kimbella who got removed from the event. And that's when things really started to spiral. See, up until this point, the whole situation could have been played off as a misunderstanding, maybe a heated disagreement, that went out of hand. But the second the footage started hitting social media, that's when the whole narrative flipped. Within minutes, the clips were all over Twitter, Instagram, and TikTok. And when I say the internet was going wild, I mean it was a full-on dragging session. Karlie grabs Yandy started trending almost immediately, followed by #Rushie to attack and #Yandy screams for help. And in the tweet Savage, one person wrote, Yandy actually thought she could steal Rasheeda's deal and get away with it. Oh honey, this isn't LinkedIn, this is the streets. Another person claimed Karlie had been waiting to take Yandy's wig for years. And now she finally did it, and y'all, the memes were harsh. One meme showed Karlie holding Yandy's wig like a trophy with a caption "Winner takes all." Another meme showed Kimbella looking stunned, with the caption "When you discover you chose the wrong team." And let's not even get into the TikTok comments because, baby, people were doing reenactments of the battle and everything. But here's where things take a turn because evidently, this wasn't just about business transactions and shady comments anymore, according to several sources. Rasheeda and Karlie had been waiting on some serious dirt about Yandy and Kimbella, and after that argument, they were ready to dish it all, according to an anonymous source, and you all know that. Anonymous sources are typically on track. Rasheeda and Karlie were already plotting to expose Yandy and Kimbella. Supposedly, Yandy had been rushing about behind the scenes trying to obtain a large endorsement deal with a fashion brand, a brand that Rasheeda was already in negotiations with, and get this, Yandy was supposedly disparaging Rasheeda behind closed doors to obtain the deal. Rasheeda's team found out about it weeks ago, and apparently they were already gathering evidence, screenshots of emails, messages from industry insiders, and even a leaked phone call where Yandy allegedly said Rasheeda's time is done. They want someone younger. A few of the boldness, and Karlie CIS was ready to drop the bombshell after the party. Karlie allegedly emailed Yandy directly and said, "You attempted it, now the whole world is going to know who you are." Truly are. And you guys know that Karlie wasn't lying since a mystery gossip blog, just hours after the altercation, published a detailed account of Yandy's purported attempt to steal Rasheeda's endorsement deal, complete with the stolen messages. At this point, Yandy's team is attempting to downplay the incident, claiming that Yandy was only considering her choices and that the texts were taken out of context. But come on, we're not that dumb. If you believe that the industry wasn't keeping an eye on this while it happened, you're mistaken, as several insiders are now stating so. The aforementioned business has already withdrawn their offer from Yandy, and guess who they are now negotiating with? Rasheeda. Yes, Rasheeda just turned this entire scandal into a power move, but Yandy is reportedly in a downward spiral and has been phoning everyone in her circle is attempting to change the narrative and win people over to her side. But the issue is that the screenshots, leaked messages, receipts, and video of Rasheeda and Karlie shaming her are all public now, and Karlie is very thrilled about it. Sis went live on Instagram. The next day, he stated, "I don't start drama, I finish it." Poor Kimbella, who has reportedly been pleading with Yandy to simply leave it go, is now in too deep, according to reports, and is now thinking of suing Rasheeda and Karlie. Rasheeda and Karlie are now hinting that they have more to reveal. Karlie shared a mysterious Instagram story the other day that said, "You think that was bad? Oh, but let's be honest, what exactly is she going to sue them for stating the truth?" The real question is, if Rasheeda and Karlie have additional information, why are they holding on to it, or are they waiting for the appropriate opportunity to reveal it? We have more receipts, honey. Yes, this is not finished, and it is going to become a full-fledged social media war. Since Yandy has already lost the endorsement agreement and her reputation is already in ruins, are they attempting to play a longer game, or are they simply letting her dig her grave? If Karlie and Rasheeda drop more remarks, I hear that Yandy is already plotting her next move, and trust me, it won't be beautiful, so remain put. Oh, it's over for her, and Kimbella, poor sis, is just standing there caught in the middle, wondering how it all went so wrong. If you believe that this scandal couldn't possibly get much messier, you were mistaken because of what transpired following Rasheeda and Karlie's attack. Stay tuned because I promise that the next chapter of the scandal will shock you. On Yandy and Kimbella, it didn't just end at that party. Oh no, this drama has officially gotten out of hand, and now everyone is feeling the fallout. Let me tell you, Yandy's future is not looking good. Let's start with what transpired right after the party, because according to people familiar with the matter, Yandy didn't spend any time trying to clean up the mess. Within hours after the event, Yandy's staff was on the phone with PR firms and gossip blogs in an attempt to control the narrative and spin the according to Yandy's team, Rasheeda and Karlie ambushed her and Kimbella, and the incident was totally unprovoked. They also claimed that Yandy had been singled out because of her achievements. Does anyone think that this is true? Note, since the receipts, leaked screenshots, recordings of Rasheeda pushing Kimbella, and Karlie stealing Yandy's wig are all over the internet and social media. Oh, and they're not purchasing Yandy's Victim Act 1 tweet. Yandy commented, "I was ambushed like we didn't see Karlie reach across the table and snatch her bald." Another person said, "Ambushed? Baby, you got dragged. Just take the L and keep it moving." It's one of the most ubiquitous memes. One depicts a wig on the ground with a caption that has been removed but not forgotten, but this is where things get even messier because Yandy's attempt to tidy up the storyline backfired severely. Apparently, Yandy's team was too preoccupied with repairing the damage to notice Karlie. Just hours after Yandy's PR statement was out, Karlie shared on Instagram that she truly believed she could change the script, saying, "We've got more." Rasheeda then went live, and as I tell you, Rasheeda was already 5 steps ahead. In the live stream, Rasheeda revealed everything. She stated, "Yandy wants to talk about getting ambushed, but you got caught, sis. You've been trying to steal my deal for months behind my back, and you really thought I wasn't going to find out, honey. If you thought the party was awful, wait a minute." Karlie, was right there in the comments, getting Rasheeda excited by commenting, "Sis, you're not ready for the next drop because yes, Karlie and Rasheeda weren't done, according to sources. They are waiting for the right time to leak additional screenshots, texts, and dirt on Yandy. But first, let's talk about Kimbella. From what I've heard, she is caught in the center of this mess and is beginning to regret her allegiance to Yandy. It seems that Kimbella was unaware that Yandy was pursuing Rasheeda behind her back. According to people close to Kimbella, she feels taken advantage of because Yandy failed to inform her of the business deal or the shady remarks she had concerning Rasheeda and you all. The fallout between Yandy and Kimbella is beginning to appear. Following the party, Kimbella unfollowed Yandy on Instagram, which is almost the same as a public divorce in the world of reality TV. However, things get worse since after Rasheeda's Liv apparently attempted to contact Kimbella, but Kimbella would not return her calls. Kimbella then posted a mysterious tale on social media that read, "I'm loyal, but not stupid few." If that isn't a jab at Yandy, I'm not sure what it is, but now the stakes really get high because there is now talk of legal action. According to sources close to Yandy's team, Yandy is considering both criminal and civil alternatives, and she is reportedly discussing with her lawyers the possibility of suing Rasheeda and Karlie for assault and defamation. She is attempting to portray the incident as harassment and public humiliation, but good luck with that. As far as I can tell, stealing a wig isn't exactly against the law. As for the defamation suit, baby, the screenshots, the messages, and the receipts are all available. How precisely is Yandy going to demonstrate that Rasheeda and Karlie lied, since Rasheeda and Karlie, well, aren't concerned at all? In fact, Rasheeda's attorney even released a statement stating that Rasheeda is ready to defend herself against. The worst fallout from this entire scandal was Yandy's business reputation, because following the announcement of these legal threats, Karlie CIS posted a story saying, "Girl, please don't sue someone for telling the truth." That endorsement deal, which Yandy was attempting to steal from Rasheeda, was formally canceled by the large luxury fashion firm, and guess who is currently negotiating with Rasheeda? Yes, Rasheeda stole the offer directly out of under Yandy, and to exacerbate the situation, Karlie shared a photo of Rasheeda signing the contract with the message, "We secured the bag honestly, oop." Additionally, let's not forget that the tale is already rife with love and hip-hop producers, according to insiders. Plan to sit down with all 4 women to discuss it on camera, but you already know that won't work out. One insider even stated that it's not a question of whether they will fight again, but rather when, and to be honest, I think that's the case because, let's face it, Yandy isn't going to. If you think she's going to sit back and let Rasheeda and Karlie triumph, you're mistaken. Yandy is already planning her next move, and based on what I've heard, she's already lost the endorsement agreement, and her reputation may be in jeopardy. Intending to reveal certain secrets about Rasheeda because, as you may recall, she and Rasheeda were once friends and so knew information about her that the public does not. Will she then retaliate by destroying her receipts? I'm telling you to stay tuned because the next part of this story will be messier. Trust me, this tea is far from over. Or will Rasheeda and Karlie drop another bombshell that puts Yandy's career on hold? All the information I require. What are your thoughts on this chaotic situation? Do you believe Yandy was genuinely attempting to steal Rasheeda's business deal, or was this all a misunderstanding that went too far? What about Karlie? Was it appropriate for her to take Yandy's wig? Did she go too far? Let's face it, we've seen Karlie get dirty before, but this was terrible. And let's not forget about Kimbella. After everything that transpired, is it proper to start separating from Yandy, or should she stay with her girl? Whatever the case, it appears to me that Kimbella may be prepared to take sides, and to be honest, this is not good for Yandy. Additionally, let's not forget about Rasheeda's boss move. Not only did she close the deal Yandy was attempting to steal, but she also left this situation. Catastrophe looking like a winner is how you turn a scandal into a power move. However, the real question is whether Rasheeda will still win if Yandy responds with her receipts, or if Yandy is going to reveal something that could ruin Rasheeda's reputation altogether. So, drop your ideas in the remarks section below, as I would like to hear your thoughts on this. Who is truly at fault here, Yandy, or do you believe Karlie crossed Rasheeda the line, or did Yandy request it? Remember to give this video a like. Turn on the channel and subscribe. Folks publish notifications due to the fact that, baby, believe me, this drama is far from over. What will be released next is going to get everyone talking. Pay attention. Since the scandal's next chapter, things are about to get even more bizarre. In the following one,